Okay, hello guys, welcome to today's video, and I'm so glad to be here, like really, because we are going to be looking at evaluation 0 evaluation quiz. And it's a beautiful thing for me to be showing you this, because I'm going to back up the answers with steps and how I come about it. Believe me, it's going to be an interesting journey. So looking at this evaluation is an 1 hour quiz, and of course you can go to this is to support your growth. All right, so this is what you are going to be doing today, and you're not allowed to use Google Man or open a terminal. So I'll just, you can read through this. Okay, if your exam is on site and all of that, you get 75%. If it's completed sooner than later, if you anticipated as accepted. The quiz, however, cannot be paused once you've started. Okay, you can just look through this. All right, so I'll just go ahead and click the start button. Let's keep going. All right, so this is the first questions we have here. So let's look at this. What is the output of the following piece of code? Integer, declare an integer I equal 10, give it a value, while this is a while loop, I less than 20, printf, decimal I, modular 2, so an increment I, that's I++. So how do we go about this? All right, how do we solve this? This is a modular question, more like if you have it's more like if we say 10. Okay, because we are starting with 10, the initial value of I is 10, so we do I modular 2, or I divide 2, as the case may be. That will give us what? The first value is, so that will give us 5 modular the remainder. Let me say modular what? Modular 0, because if you divide 10 by 2, it's going to give you 5, so there's no remainder. So the next one is 11 divide 2, that will give us 5. That will give us 5 modular 1. All right, the next one will be what? 12 divide 2, that will give us 6, right? 6 modular 0. Modular 0. The next one will be what? 13 divide 2, that will be 6 modular 1. Okay, hope you are following this. 14 divide 2, that will give you what? 7. Of course, there's no remainder. That will be modular what? Maybe consistent with that, modular 0. So the next one, 15 divide 2, that will give us 7, right? Modular 1. Okay, so the next one, 16 divide 2, that will give us 8, then modular 0, remainder 0. Okay, then we have 17 divide 2, that will give us 8, remainder 1, modular 1. Take note of that. 18 divide 2, that is going to give us 9. Of course, there's no remainder, which is going to be modular 0. And finally, we have 19 divide 2, that is going to be 9 modular 1. All right, so this is it, and we are going to stop at I less than 20. So the number less than 20 is 19. So if you look at this, we have from 10 down to 19, and it's very simple. Of course, if you have to do the modular, you do 10 divide 2, that will be 5, remainder 0, so modular 0. So we are going to take this. All right, so our answer will be from down, you take it 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. So we have 0 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, let me remove. So that's the result. I believe you understand this. All right, so that's what you have here. So this is it. So this is the answer. So I go to the next one. So this is the next one. Let me clear this. What are the different steps to form an executable file from C source code? All right, the answer will be preprocessing, compilation, assembly, and what? And linking. So you have to do preprocessing first, then assembling, compilation, assembling before the file you link the file. All right, so that's the steps. So I click on submit for that. What shape will this code print? All right, you have some code snippet here. This is the header, this is your comment section. All right, then you have your actual code. This int, declaring main. All right, print shape. This is a function, return 0 4 by 3. So what shape will this print? What shape will this print? A rectangle with the character is going to print a rectangle. All right, come in, let me do a little explanation here so that to be a little clearer. Okay, what shape will this print? Looking at this code, you have, look at what we have here, print this. All right, this hashtag. So look, when you come here and you have all this comment function to print a shape, integer num1, int num2. All right, this is just it. So if I move down, said print shape 4 by 3. So it's going to print a rectangle with a character hash with a height of 4 and a width of 3. All right, that's what it's going to print. So I'll tick that. Just follow through. Submit. What is the numerical value for the arrow x arrow permission? All right, this is share permission question. Okay, this share permission question. So I want you to first understand something, that for the permission, you have permission for a file owner. Before I answer this, let me just make it. Then you have permission for the group owner. Then you have permission for other users. All right, so this group of people are who you permit, or the permissions you have for a file. Okay, so for this, if you have arrow, this means read. All right, there are 3 commands there. You have read, arrow stands for read, W stands for write. Okay, I believe you are following. X stands for execute. X stands for execute. All right, if you have something like this, arrow, so this is in theory part, arrow X dix. Okay, let me just let me explain this one more time. If you have arrow dash X, all right, this is for the file owner. It means that for the file owner, it can read, all right, it can only read and execute the file. From what you explained earlier, the file owner can only read and execute, but it cannot write. That's what this stands for. Then for the second one, I believe I still have some time, so don't worry, you still have some time. Arrow, we have arrow dash dash. It means that the group owner can only read the file, only read the file. It cannot write, it cannot execute the file. So again, the last one, other users, arrow dash dash, that means other users can only as well read the file. Okay, so this is just by the way. All right, I'm going to answer the question in that way, but this is just by the way. I hope you understand this. So back to what we have here. If we have arrow, we stand for arrow dash X. The binary value for this arrow dash X will be 5. I don't know you are following. The binary value for arrow dash X is going to be 5. Okay, then for the next one, you have arrow dash dash dash. The binary value for this is going to be 4. All right, then you have the next one, arrow dash dash again. The binary value for this as well is 4. So in all, we have 5 4 4 for this file. So I believe you understand what we did here. 5 4 4. So that is what you have here. All right, all of this I was just trying to explain, to go deep, to give a detailed explanation. So the answer to this is 5 4 4. What is the new? Okay, okay, we are not there. Next, which command should I use to display the exit code of the previous command? Oh, I forget to clear. Let me clear the screen. Which command should I use to display the exit code of the previous command? All right, which command should I use to display the exit code of the previous command? So to do that, you are going to do echo you do echo, then you have your $sign and the question mark. All right, this is what you use to display the exit code of the previous command. All right, so this is the answer. Oh, sorry, I'll take this. How do you change directory on Linux? This is pretty easy. I believe you should know this, but I'll still explain. PWD will stand for PWD. This is print working directory. Print working directory. So to display a working directory, CD, this is change directory. LS will stand for list files and directory. Sorry. Then all of this this command, I don't believe this exists. So change directory, that will be cd. All right, change directory, that will be cd. So cd will help us change directory. So submit this. Again, let me clear here. Which command would you use to list files on Linux? Like I explained previously, ls you use to list files, so I don't need to explain that again. Next, which symbol should I use to redirect the error output to the standard output? To redirect error output to the standard output, which symbol should I use? So you're going to use 2 greater than sign and this and symbol 1. So this helps you to redirect the error output to the standard output. Alright, so submit this. Which command should I use for changing a file owner? Alright, to change a file owner, chmod is used to modify the file access. su and sudo is temporarily become to make a user to temporarily become the super user. Then chm own is to change the file ownership, and chg group is to change the group ownership. So this is what you have here. So I believe you can pick the answer from here. Change file ownership. Alright, so this is it. Alright, so I believe it's self-explanatory. What does this code print? Let's see what we got. So I believe this is the, what's it called, the comment section. This is the function int, function name print something, and these are the argument int and num, and you initialize I and j as the initial value and use a for loop for I equals o, I less than num plus 1, increment I. So for j equals 0, j less than that, j plus plus, print decimal I multiply j, and if j is less than num, printf do this. Alright, so what we have here, this will help us to print n timetable starting with 0. Alright, so that is what that will help us to do, to print. It will help us to print the n timetable starting with 0. Alright, so I'll take this. Oh no, starting with 0. So that is the answer. Click submit. Alright, we'll move to the next one. What information do the printf statement tell us about how our code is executed? Let's see, the code doesn't work as intended. Okay, you have an int void, initialize that, I equals 0, I less than 100, increment I plus plus, I modular 2 is not equal to 0, continue, s break, return this. Alright, let's add printf statement. So if you add printf statement to that code, of course this is the header, then you have the comment, int the int main, declare main function as an integer, then you return a void int I. So let's say, let's just go down. So this is the code. You include a printf. Look at it. We add about 4 printf we added, to the for loop. All right, no, 5. You have 1 before the loop, and outside the loop rather, and others 4. So the question now is that what information do the printf statement, what information do the printf statement tell us about how our code is executed? Select all valid answers. So 1, the printf statement in this code, 1, it helps us to print statement. It shows when the for loop is finished. That is one of the things that the printf do. It shows when the for loop is finished. And again, the printf statement here, looking at the code again that you have here, looking at this, again, the printf statement shows that break will cause for loop. Statement shows the break will cause for loop exited to print, indicating that the even number is never printed. So again, this, all right. So that is what you have there. So I'll submit and go to the next one. What is the problem with the following C code? Okay, let's see what the code have for us. Okay, this is the header, this is the comment, all right. Then this is the function. You have main as the function name, declared as an integer to return void. You initialize I and you assigned this value 65 to I, and you introduce a for loop while I is less than 91. Put char I and return 0. So here we did not, the problem here is that I was not incremented here in the loop, in the while loop. I was not incremented. So what is the implication of that? So an infinite loop will occur. That's the implication of that. All right, I believe that you understand what we are talking about here, because there was no increment. I was never incremented in the loop. So I was not incremented in the while loop, so an infinite loop occurs. So that is the answer. Submit this. Which of these loop statements exist in C? All right, so this loop statement exists in C. So let's pick them out. The loop statement that we have in C. One of them is you have the for loop, then you have the do while loop, the while loop. So let's know the one that is out. All right, just a second. In C we have the while loop, the for loop rather, the while loop, the do while loop, based on what they gave us here. This is true. This is what you have. All right, so I'll just go ahead and tick them. We have the while loop, the do while loop, and the for loop. All right, these are true. Okay, so for each and the others, they are not true. So submit. What is the size of the float data type on a 64-bit machine? Size of the float. Okay, before we do float, again let me do this so that like I promised, I'll do some explanation so that you understand that the size of the card data type on a 64-bit machine is 1 byte. All right, then you have the unsigned it, which is 2 bytes. Then you have the short, again, which is 2 bytes. Might not write everything, just a few to illustrate. And we have the float, of course, which is what, 4 bytes. So there are others, I just did this to illustrate. So float is what, is 4 bytes. Size of the float data type is 4 bytes. So that is it. So we have successfully answered the question. I believe you understand it now. All right, so good luck.